doing something wrong, and they weren't doing anything wrong.
No.
So I get it.
I'm hungry.
Yeah.
I come into your establishment to get some fine dining. I want a turkey sandwich on rye with a pickle. All right, with a large Diet Coke and maybe a side of fries, please. That's it. I'm hungry.
Dr. Pepper is down.
Dr. Pepper. I take Dr. Pepper. 23 ingredients. 23 ingredients in a Dr. Pepper. I want that with my turkey on rye and pickle.
Junkies love Dr. Pepper.
I do. I do. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, they started that protest. They started the sit-in at that time, which gained a lot of traction, because then you had like the Freedom Riders that drove down there to help protest. So that was one of the, those iconic moments.
Civil disobedience.
Yes.
Sometimes we need it.
Yeah, we definitely gonna need it now, but we won't get into that.
Yeah.
All right, so with that being said, we will. I don't know where my pen went. My pen is gone. Oh, here we go. So with that being said, we will transition into the news and the news and topics of the day.
Sure.
Let 'em up.
Let 'em up. So I have a couple of quick things and one that's not so quick. One of the quick things is I just learned about this myself. This is a part of, it's kind of Black history, but it's the bad part of our Black history.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to talk about Dr. J Marion Sims. He was also known as the father of modern gynecology. In his time, he was known as this big trailblazer because he discovered some technique to assist in childbirth obstructions, I guess.
So real quick, for the viewers who don't know what a gynecologist is, I don't know if I'm pronouncing the word.
I don't know what a gynecologist is.
Well, just in case.
Well, maybe some people don't.
Just in case.
GYN, a lady doctor.
And what does a GYN do? Like, what is it? Reproductive.
The woman's reproductive system is the GYN.
So what do they do?
They deliver babies.
Okay.
They do surgeries on, like, say, women's uterus, ovaries.
Okay. Things of that nature.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So that's what a gynecologist is, or a GYN.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
That's the GYN doctor, and he was a trailblazer in that.
Okay.
Here's the problem.
Red flag.
Red flag. In order for him to develop his techniques, he had to do some experimentation.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, he used enslaved women to do this. So he used Black slaves to experiment on without anesthesia.
Black women slaves.
Black women slaves, right. So he would try to perfect this technique on Black women slaves without anesthesia.
Or their consent.
Or their consent. I mean, they're slaves, so they were property anyway.
Well, yeah.
And then
I just had to put that out there.
But it is true. It is without their consent, but they were property. And then, as we all know, back then and probably even now, races look at Black people differently. So it's like, they looked at these Black women as property, and they probably looked at them as not feeling pain either, like just devoid of pain. They just saw us as animals.
Before we get sidetracked, before we continue,
okay.
I heard that back in the day, a lot of the techniques and medicine that were used for women, and there was and it's funny I'm saying this, but this is what it said. This is true. Back in the day, doctors created like pregnancy medicine to stop women from getting pregnant. Birth control. There we go. They invented, and this is back, right? They tested the birth control on men. Yeah, this is
What?
real. This is real.
How? Like I don't
Exactly.
I don't understand.
And the doctors were like, it works. But this also speaks to a lot of the procedures that the medical industry does, or the techniques that were used were either used on men, or if they had if they were trying to figure out anatomy,
Well, especially
they would
back
use
then.
men.
Especially back then. I mean, look at the Tuskegee Experiments.
So but the thing it's funny though, like if you're trying to figure out how a woman's body works, why are you looking and using drugs and having tests on men?
I mean, I don't
That is
understand that.
That is so, and I haven't touched on this a lot.
It's very bizarre. We gotta do
But
some
I
research on
have
that
a
one.
real
Man.
big issue on the medical field and how certain techniques and procedures and things of that are done. And I'll talk on that on a future show. But that's one thing that I've been doing a lot of, trying to do some research on and really get down to, and like, how did y'all come to this conclusion? And what's this gentleman's name?
Marion Sims.
Marion Sims is just another example of my issue with the medical industry and how they, deduct, like how a person gets sick,
Oh. Well,
or like how they come to their conclusions, because I really do think a lot of the medical industry is flawed. Doctors. Anyway, that's
yeah,
a
that's
side
another
story.
thing, because
that's another one. But
back
continue,
in the
continue.
1800s.
Yes, no, continue.
So, and they actually did procedures on these women without anesthesia. So that means that they were in there, he's cutting and sawing, whatever he's doing it.
There's some
without
medieval
this-
shit. I'm sorry,
Right.
excuse my language,
No,
but they
it's
really get
awful,
medieval.
and I'm pretty sure that women died. And this happened in Alabama. Again, it's backwards Alabama. I'm from Alabama, but Alabama got a lot of just awful, you know. It's just like the Tuskegee Experiments. It's like you're giving black men syphilis on purpose.
And I use that not in defense of don't get your kids vaccinated, but I use that as a big...
No, because please get your children
Get your kids vaccinated.
Because we don't want our kids...
No, get them vaccinated,
sick.
but I use that as a big red flag, as to say, I really need full disclosure on what is going on. Because the simple fact that you lied for years about that. You lied to those people in their faces during that time, and you've been lying about it for years that, hey, this is going to help you out. We're doing this to make sure you're cured and all of that. And what was it? No, you were poisoning the people that look like me in the black community.
Right.
For what?
Yeah.
To test a drug? Come on, man.
I love my doctor. Shout out to Dr. Rattle. Shout out to Allied Pediatrics, Dr. New. We love you.
Boom!
Yeah.
There it is. Boom! Yo, we're gonna have a couple segments in the future on. We're gonna come back to a segment that me and brother did a 3-part series we did on mental health last year. It was a great series. A lot of great comments from a lot of you viewers out there. So we're definitely gonna come back to that. We're gonna have one on vegans and eating healthy, and then we're just gonna wrap it all up with health in general.
Right,
So,
and let's get back to Dr. Sims.
yes.
So the main point about Dr. Sims, who tortured these black women, enslaved black women, he has monuments up all over the United States. One is in Central Park. So, I just say there's really no solution to this stuff, because I would imagine all of these monuments that are up are of some slave owners or people who tortured slaves, or they're just everywhere. But it's insane that this happens. Like, this is right in Central Park, and no one knows this guy tortured these black women
for medical purposes.
For medical purposes. Right.
And I mean,
and we're idolizing him and gave him a statue. So
horrible.
That's kind of crazy. So that was my first thought. My second thought is
my light went out. That's why light went out. Sorry about that, y'all. Continue. I'm sorry.
We still going?
Yeah, no, we're still going.
So
we
can talk about old Betsy DeVos. You guys know Betsy DeVos or DeVos. How do you say her name? Betsy Evo, the Secretary of Education.
Betty Boop. Not Betty. Biddy. She Biddy. She's horrible.
She is awful. I don't know if you guys have heard, but she's always saying something stupid. But this week she compared abortion rights to slavery, and we've been trying to figure this out for days, but we don't understand the comparison. I still don't. I've been reading it and I don't understand why she compared abortion rights to slavery. I think that she was trying to say that I still don't know. Does anyone know?
So give them the context of how she compared the abortion to slavery.
She said the opposition to abortion reminded her of the ending of slavery.
What does that mean? So she was saying she was doing a interview. She was having
she was talking in front of some Christian school or something, and they were, pro-life. Pro-lifers. So she's talking in front of pro-lifers.
Okay.
And she said the opposition to abortion reminded her of the ending of slavery.
And under what context is she referring to that?
Couldn't figure it out.
She's an idiot. And the fact that she's in charge of our education. Think about this. Oh goodness. This lady said, according to the report that Frosty Knowledge just reported on, she's comparing the end of slavery
to the opposition so maybe she's saying, okay, the ending of slavery was a good thing, and so is the opposition to abortion, because she's pro-life. So she's saying yay, we ended slavery and we fought to end slavery, so we're fighting
to end abortion
rights. Abortion rights. Right. She wants to end abortion rights.
That makes that you.
That's why Ayanna Presley's like.
Shout out to Miss Ayanna Presley, Councilwoman Ayanna Presley.
She was like, sis, come see me.
Bring that smoke over here.
She did. She said, she literally said, say it to my face.
Yo, I rock with Ayanna Presley. She's definitely a dope individual, a dope congresswoman. I'm glad that she definitely represents
as a representative
of Massachusetts, definitely holding it down. And the fact that she came out and said that she suffers from alopecia.
Yes.
Still beautiful.
Of course.
With the nice clean. I can't do the bald head. I can't. I refuse. I'm gonna be one of those dudes with the black.
Try to comb over. Oh,
I'm gonna get the fake 360 man wig. If I ever go bald, I'm never. Why? Because I'm gonna get the man wig. I'm gonna have a nice wave.
Is wifey watching? Are you gonna be okay with that?
I'm telling you, we've had this conversation before. I refuse. But shout out to her and what she's doing.
Yes, she's great.
Betsy DeVos is dumb.
She really is. She's dumb. She says crazy things, and my thing is, conservatives have this thing where they like to use the black struggle to fit their narrative when they want it to. Because half the time they're saying there is no black struggle, there is no racism. Oppression? There's no oppression. You can do anything you want to do in life. Who's oppressing you?
Pull your bootstraps up or whatever they say.
Right, but then on the flip side, they're like, you hear Trump saying, what did he say? Did he compare something to slavery? Like someone was treating him like a slave?
I don't know. He's an idiot too.
Okay.
He's an idiot too.
The whole administration, they're all idiots, and I just wanted to say a big F you to Betsy DeVos.
Yes. Also, she is blocking a bill right now that would debt forgiveness to students with college debt. That is a big issue right now. I still have some college debt when I went to college, and I know and it's not as bad as other people, because I was very adamant about not taking a loan and just doing what I can, either through grants, working at school. Like I was not, so I don't have as much debt as the normal person would.
Right.
But there's been numerous bipartisan bills. Well, no, I would say mainly Democratic bills.
Of course.
About debt forgiveness to college students. And on every occasion that bill has been come up, she has blocked it all the time.
Right. And they've been trying to do that for, even with Obama, I think they were trying to modify it. So they're like, okay, if you're in the service field, you know, you got free college, right?
Yeah, and it sucks because her family owns one of the largest credit debt firms out there.
But you know what this really is? I mean,
they get rich. Basically, real quick, her family gets rich off of student debt, student loans. Her family gets rich. Let me repeat that. Her family gets rich off of mine. I don't know if you have student loan debt, but
I'm too old for debt.
But I'm just saying.
Student loan debt.
Yeah,
not
student loan debt. I'm talking about student loan debt.
For years.
But I'm just saying though,
Thank God.
but they're getting rich off of that. So by her blocking student loan forgiveness programs money, that means we can't become debt free, which means that's going to affect your ability to purchase a house, to get a loan. Your rates, if you do get a loan, are going to be sky high because you have debt. Like it has when they talk about trickle down economics and things like that, this is where they really mean that, and this is where where it really shows its face. When they say trickle down economics and they're talking about all these tax breaks, that's total bullshit. I'm sorry. I know my dad told me to watch my language, but in this particular situation, I have to curse. I have to, because that debt affects you. Right. You want to become, you want to have a house. Who don't want to have a house? I want to have my own house. I don't want to pay rent. I don't want to pay somebody else's mortgage. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to pay $1,300 for a 1-bedroom half bath and a 3-inch kitchen, because that's what it is out here.
It's gonna be more than that, but it's even worse than that because it's gonna modify their decision of what they want to study too. Because you're gonna be like, I don't want to go and be a doctor because then I'm gonna have like $200,000
worth of debt.
Right, even attorneys, you're gonna,
So let me go and do this particular, and I might only have 50, but that's better than 200,000.
Right, because gosh, your first job, what are you making? I don't know, 70, 80, 90, and you got $200,000 in debt, and most of your money is going. You can't live alone. You have to have roommates until you're like 40. And
think about it when it comes to housing. Okay, so you got the student loan debt. You're looking for a job. Okay, you need a place to live while you're not married. You don't have any kids. You're I won't say fresh out of college. We'll say 2-3 years removed. You need a place to live. You're looking for a job. The cost of living is sky rising. Again, I was exaggerating about the $1,300 for a 1-bedroom half bath, but in reality it's really like that. You'll probably get a 1-bedroom 1 bath, and you'll probably pay about $12. I mean, that's just the reality. And if you have student loan debt, the majority of the money you do make, if you do have a job, is going toward that.
Right.
Plus, you got to pay $1,300 to live.
Right.
You can't do that by yourself. You're gonna need a roommate.
And you can't have a car.
You can't.
Like, I did this with my son. My son is 19, and he's like, "Oh, I want to move out. I want to do this." And I'm like, "You work at Target." So you just can't, you know.
And it's unfortunate.
It is unfortunate.
It's unfortunate, and
you know?
and
no way he can move out and be on his own until he's like way in his 20s.
Unless he were to move
He has to
down south.
Well,
you know, and I'm just, and I'm not saying he's gonna
true.
do that. He would, if you want to live and only pay the minimum amount of rent, move down south.
But then the cost of living is cheaper, but
Yeah.
you're not gonna get paid as much as you're getting paid up here,
there's a lot of, you know,
because they broke down there too. You can't bring the money that you earn here down there.
The
like
cost of living is a lot less. And if you guys didn't, speaking of Ayanna Pressley, she was one of the Democratic politicians to boycott the State of the Union the other day. So if you didn't watch that, shout out to you. I did. I sat through that
Shout
BS.
out, you didn't watch it. Yeah.
I sat through that mess and I saw the ripping up. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about that. But part of that, Trump, of course, touted his economy. He touted how the unemployment rate in the black community is the lowest it's ever been. I had to do some pushback against that.
We're gonna push back a lot on it because
I'm pushing back a lot.
It's just not. It's not
no
true. I mean, the economy is chugging along, but it's on the heels of the recovery.
If anything,
right? And it's on the heels of the recovery that had already started under Obama, and so Trump keeps saying he's got the lowest. It's going down, but it's going down at a slower pace than it was.
And then.
Before.
Yeah, and I look at it like this. Look at the quality of jobs. Look at the quality. And this is how I base the quality of job. If you have to work 2 to 3 jobs.
Right, that's why unemployment
just
seems like
to
it's
make
down,
ends
though.
meet for that you could do working one job. I don't think the economy is doing well, because if that person that has to work 2-3 jobs misses a day at one, wages are not up. The cost of living is going higher and higher, but the worker wage is stagnant. It's not moving anywhere.
Right, and because black people are working, well, all people, 2 and 3 jobs, that makes it seem like, you know,
people are working.
Right, unemployment is down, but no, it's just people working 2 and 3 jobs.
Yeah, if you have to work 2-3 jobs that can equal one good job, the economy is not good.
Right. No, it's good for corporations.
Yeah, it might be good for corporations because they're saving a buck on the back end.
Yeah.
You know, because they don't have to pay, you know, Tyrone and Becky and John.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They're like, oh well, I'm making my money. Our company and our shareholders are in the black.
Yeah.
In the next 3 quarters.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because we don't have to pay those people.
Right.
You know.
We're not giving them raises. They gave those companies all those tax breaks and all that stuff in those companies.
But we're good. Yeah, you took it exactly.
The companies were like, "See, we're going to another country to build was it a motorcycle company? One of those companies left.
Harley Davidson.
Yeah, I think they. Yeah. Did they leave?
They did.
Yeah.
They left. Peace.
Yeah, exactly.
They jumped ship. They jumped ship.
And a lot of them did. So that's ridiculous.
And you have to be aware of what's going on. You know, you have to look at the totality of what's being said. Not just from him, not just from, you know, you can't just scrutinize the Republican Party and Republican politicians. Do that with Democrats as well, because they'll lie to your face just as quick and just as easy, because they know what you fight for and what you stand for. They're gonna lie to your face, and you gotta hold them accountable just as well. But we're not talking about them. We're talking about this orange agent in office. The economy is not doing well.
It is not.
If you're working 2-3 jobs, it's not. That's not good. Because if you miss one job, if you miss a day, now you're missing a day of pay.
Right, and let's talk about another lie, which it just slipped my mind. I'm sorry, I'm like the lie that he told was just right here. Oh, healthcare.
Oh,
he said they're fighting to keep pre-existing conditions protected.
BS.
Which he's
BS.
currently in.
BS.
They're currently suing to have it taken away. He does not want your pre-existing conditions covered. He is lying. They are suing right now. Use your Google machine. It's going to tell you that there is I don't even know, whatever, but they're trying to take those protections away right now. They don't
private health insurers don't care if you get healthy or not. All they want to do is make a buck. They are a for-profit company. They want to make as much money as they can. They're going to skyrocket medication, insulin, things like that people need to survive. This is why we need I'm not going to get into specifics because we'll be here all day.
No, we will be.
But my point is, this is why we need to look at our healthcare system and we need a radical change. I don't take insulin. I don't. I'm lucky enough to be healthy enough to where I don't have to. But I will stand in solidarity. I will fight for people who do have to take insulin, who have to pay freaking $800 a bottle.
Yeah.
Like, that's ridiculous. If you go up to Canada, you can get that same bottle for like $50.
Well, Canada's having a lot of problems with the healthcare system. I got a whole piece of paper, but we'll save that for another.
But they're
having some problems.
Even still, we need.
Well, we do need
a change, and we can't let these healthcare companies and these lobbyists change the narrative and put the onus back on us. They're for profit. We need a change. Yeah, we do. Yeah, man. Healthcare is very important. It's very important. It means a lot to me, and I want, the people that I care about to be able to get the medical attention that they need. From family members to people close to me. Like, I'll go crazy. I'll be like John Q. I'll be John Q up in this piece, man. I'm telling you, don't play, man.
And those of us who have it, use it because you're paying for it. So use it. Go to the doctor.
Get checked up, please. Yes. Please get your checkups.
Your
if you got it,
yearlies, ladies, GYM exams, mammograms. Don't let them tell you whatever. If breast cancer runs in your family, and I think they're trying to change. It used to be yearly. I don't know. I think they're changing the age of when you can go in to get it. But if it's running in your family, make sure you tell your doctor that it runs in your family so that you can get in there early.
There's nothing wrong with talking about something that affects you at all. There's a stigma in the black community, especially among black men. You can't share your emotions. You can't speak on that. Fuck that. Straight up. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Dad. I'm sorry, but I'm very passionate about that. I don't care. It doesn't make you weak. It doesn't make you less of a man to be like, yo, babe, I'm angry right now. It's okay. And not even to use it like that. Yo, if something's bothering you, you sad, if something's affecting you, talk about it. If you have a lady, talk about it. And if it's hard to figure out the words to say, talk about that. Like, I don't know how to say it. I'm sick. Yeah. Something's bothering me. I'm angry. Once you get into it, it'll start to just flow out. Now we're going into some other topic. I don't know what topic my co-host is going into. No, I'm just saying.
It sounds like the mental health topic.
No, I'm just talking about just health.
Yeah,
health in general. And I only said that
men definitely don't go to doctors. I don't.
I need to go. I need to get my physical. You know what I'm saying? Because I be in the court doing all of this.
Never, y'all.
Swish.
Why don't y'all want to go to the doctor?